I am urgently appealing for my right to die. My name is Alexander Neve George, and I have fought a very big battle. I have worked very hard on my intellectual property to move forward in life. I have had workers of 40 or so working on Team Quinn on a major bus to make her a new queen because my landlord did not like me. He is erasing my customs by making sure I am in isolation and everybody gets a global pass except for me, and every part of me doing anything to do with work or anything positive is constantly being erased, and I'm being bullied on tour, and I quit. You are keeping me on tour, and I hate my life. I want my right to die. In 7 years, the most sexiest woman is being abused to ugly. A girl that walked in a divine path is being brutally ruined so that this blonde girl can rise up as a divine feminine when it's not her path. There is too much money involved with drug money laundering. There's 40 workers or so making sure that she is publicised, and I've got my own best friend on tour, Black Internet, like abusing my face, and this Thomas Ford self-sourcing pudding, and I actually got raped up in Auckland in the North Island. It's again and again all this violent abuse on tour, and it's sex trafficking, and I want my right to die. My landlord walks around like they're good men, they're holy men, they're pastors. What a load of shit. You don't live in a house like that and have your life completely turned inside out and hollowed out and then be all like really good people of society and them taking over the tables of all of the world and me not having access to anything I need. It is starvation I've had. Nobody cares. I've done a lot of proof on my page about abuse that's happened to me. This says I had psychopath abuse 2023. That was at the end of my thing. I had 2 lots of 10 sessions with him. They said the cops were after me. I can see in here the cops were abusing me, and I'm tired of Leanne abusing me on the internet, and I'm tired of Kiki keeping me on the internet, and you know the way that the toxic heavy metals from Britney Spears. I'm not happy. Like this is so corrupt that I've never had a voice. So I'm really intelligent, and I'm not allowed to have anyone to talk to. I mean, I looked way better a year ago, but I think they get some sort of, I think these women like feel like they've achieved something if they stand in a massive group of 40 and they work on the internet behind my back, and that's some sort of secret, and they feel empowered. Like they were never women of any influence. They were never women that had a consciousness of being together. That was what I did, and it's like they've got all these people against me. Like John is really against me that I lived a divine path, but I did. But what happens to you when you're abused and abused and abused? He is withholding my need for emotional support, and this is what happened in a civil war, a toilet video, and I was not helped. India and John and James are the ones doing that, and Amy, can you see her, Amy? It just says that she's very social and respectful. And she wrote that 2022, so did other people. And this is how I get trapped every day. Eventually you're going to blow up. And also they're making up so many lies on this water that I'm dirty, and so many lies on the internet, so many lies. And it's like they're making people hostile to me. I've not had refuge without abuse of this tour. I'm on the dark internet day in, day out, and there's no dignity after my face got disfigured. In Australia, under the law, I'm disfigured, and I have a right to dignity, but I don't. I've got somebody like Leanne abusing me day in, day out, and hiding it because the cops are all doing it. It's abuse. What about this? I got into college. I'm not allowed to go. There's lists of things that I'm doing all the time. I'm harassed on the internet, and I think the women that prey on you are women that were very ugly, and they've got all this like massive thing to make herself beautiful, and it gives her a sense of power and control, and it's like, I want the world to know what makes her tick. If you want to prey on somebody where they're very vulnerable and abused and they don't want to be seen, and you're still videoing me every day again and again and again, I can't be vulnerable. Because you're putting me in a case of fucking thousands of predators in this country where India has sold me as cottage cheese in a vagina, and I've heard I think I've got a text on here too, I'll find it, from that Stephen guy that he heard the radio saying the proof's in the pudding. And I didn't know what that meant, and now I do. There's a tour video of my vagina filled with cum. And that's from Thomas Ford. And it says here, I can't get hold of Anna because of Euro. So they've been blocking me talking. So Ruben stopped me having friends. And I just think it's very abusive because he's got me looking like his mother. I just think he wants me to be hot like his mother so he can feel great about himself. Like, I'm really angry, eh? Like, you've taken away everything from my life, put all these lethal injections into my body and face. You've put me into debt servitude. You're having me humiliated on the tour. It's blackmail. And look at this. See this? See that? Can you see that? Can you see that bottom? It says who, dot, blah, blah, blah. That's them hacking me and doing that civil war, Jenny Who. It's because she doesn't want me to be an American. There's no democracy. It's just terrorism, outright terrorism. Look, Aussie Pride #1. I've never been allowed to text any friends. Like, that whole Australian company abused me. And then they killed me as an angel and made a bunch of these sluts into angels and are abusing my rights to any media. And they are a trafficking group because it's sex trafficking, it's tour. Why did I see all this stuff when I went down to the bus station about Ford and rape and a cottage cheese thing? And all them guys working in a sewer. I've never been a hard face in my life. This is again and again, and this is what these guys are doing to me, and nothing's been done. Why? Because the politicians are getting pussy and drugs. And so I'm paying again and again, and I'm not going to keep paying for Frank's standards. He's sexually abusing me as a dog. And I've got my friends abusing me as a dog on tour. And I've asked again and again, and instead of people helping me, and joining in, they think it's really funny. It's not funny, it's abuse. To keep asking to respect my rights, and they're not. Instead of respecting me, they're taking more and more. And who gets to live or die? Not me, I don't get to live. An INFJ is a humanitarian. Why would I be so angry? I haven't had any rights for so long. It's a long period of abuse, eh? The golden pot. A golden toilet for the golden girls. And you can see again and again on all of my thing, there's all this networking to abuse me as the golden girls. And basically, there you go, Viagra oysters. They're doing all sorts of stuff. They injected me with cocaine and making me my true colours. All on the internet, I'm blackmailed, and I want my life back from India. Poo Town. I want it disabled because he's got lawyers against me, but he's got a massive empire based on the thing, and it's nothing to do with me. I don't have rights to my own name. John, Poo Town, they've completely destroyed me, and they are bullying me here. 2022. This is my writing. Hi, I need a safety net to rebuild my life from a crime and a community that I'm a dog face. Bullying has gotten so bad. I have moved from Australia, Geraldine, Wellington, Christchurch, Auckland, Invercargill. I try to build my life constantly being blocked. Government centre saw I worked to be employed, and I was involved with 5 recruitments and call centre courses that guarantee success at work. For 3.5 years, I have had this strange bullying, social media attacks, misleading people from others, using my name to open these accounts. It's been so basically Ford and Beth and Kim took away my right and keep going on that I've got all this mental illness, but the bullying is giving me mental illness. I don't have it. I can go and do things, but they're blocking my... I showed you. The Red Cross is being blocked by Harley Quinn, which is her. It's like they're using me to be better and better. I want my rights back off these people. My privacy is stolen, and my sensitive information. I can't show any mercy. Do you know why? I can't show my sensitivity. Because they've rubbed my face with all these chemicals, and you're all in a massive celebrity group. Subscription time, titty time. It's like you're raping me. And I want my rights back. This gang is calling me an old dog, pooing. I said, ever since I've been protesting, I said I've been treated so cruelly with photos of my dog. This cruelty is 2022. This is how old this thing is. And do you think that it's not going to make you go crazy? I'm isolated. No one will give me a mistreat for that long. It's like I'm obstructed from support for 1 year, and a social worker. I was treated cruelly with photos, misled. My family hate me so much. I have many problems now. I never did for 3.5 years. And I want to be free from this gang calling me a dog on tour. I said it was somebody told me it's called gang stalking and trafficking. I'm having no independence. I cannot get into housing due to black marks illegally that have been put on my name. I need rights to go to church and practice my beliefs. They were blocked through misinformation. I am a slut and a whore. Missionaries will not touch me now. I cannot get my basic needs met. The town and communities are furious with me. I'm persecuted. And you left me to die because of police corruption in this country. I'm not a strange lady. I want my rights to be free from this toxic mothers group. I want it dismantled. Like, it's really abusive, eh? It's actually criminal. So much crime got done and it's all covered up. There you go, dog face. Do you think Poppy gives a fuck about me and my family? They go and sit with my family, her and Lily, after spreading vagina videos of cottage cheese. They're doing it all in the radio and they're doing it on tour, and it's on this phone. Because somebody is helping me and they've been putting this information on my phone that I don't even know about. Her millions getting me on a chain to pay for her holidays, her house. I want somewhere without her lying. Fake bitch, I'm so nice. I'm the beauty of all the nations in purity. And I just said, I just want it out of my life. This is years ago, and I think I've got text messages to Stephen. He said, you need your privacy. They are harassing you non-stop. This is about fighting about police violence. They've blocked me having anybody to support me with the bullying of the police. You know, I've had enough about it. This person said I need refugee help down the road about last year. She said, I think this is a disaster. She said they're bullying you about your birthday. And she said you're gonna need refugee help. And then somebody said, this is what she did to me all over Christchurch for years. Photos of me. Is that Brianna? Just really abusing my right to be happy. Some tourist. She's had a real problem with who I am. This says T Whataora. I think it's John and that girl. It just says I don't have schizophrenia. Victims' rights. At what stage do I get to be a victim of your toilet and your cottage cheese vagina and your police brutality and barbarianism and Harley Quinn hijacking my accounts and Leanne putting me on tour, abusing me every day as a dog? The violence of the social group is horrific. When do I get my rights? Ask for my right to die, because I shouldn't have to beg anymore. It's 5 years.